Hello friends! The heat of the transfer market continues to rise up. PSG, Real Madrid, Mbappe, Ronaldo, Lewandowski and Haaland. What a fun ride it will be! Press like, subscribe and write in the comments below what we all should do. Buy Mbappe now or get him for free in a year's time. And while you're writing, we proceed to start. Let's get going! Atletico has signed Hertha midfielder Mateus Cunha for 30 million euros, according to the Los Colchoneros' official website. Barcelona leadership has received Sergio Busquets' consent to lower his salary and defer payments. Juventus will consider buying Axel Witsel in case Weston McKennie leaves the team, Gianluca Di Marzio writes. Marcus Rashford began light workouts as part of his recovery from shoulder injury. Fiorentina has loaned Arsenal midfielder Lucas Torreira for the rest of the season with a buyout option. Leipzig gave the striker Alexander Sørloth on loan to Real Sociedad, informs the press service of the White and Blues. Am I satisfied with my lineup? Do you know of any coach that is completely satisfied with his squad? Maybe Pochettino, but nobody else. Football Italia quotes the head coach of Roma, Jose Mourinho. PSV announced the extension of the contract with midfielder Noni Madueke. The new agreement runs until 2025. Earlier on, Manchester United and Liverpool were interested in the footballer. Fenerbahce entered into negotiations with Inter over the signing of Alexis Sanchez. The Nerazzurri don't mind letting go of the Chilean, Nicolas Kira says. PSG offered Kylian Mbappe a 6-year contract with a salary of 60 million euros a year. He refused. After 7 years at Man City, I think I'll have a break. And in this process, I'd like to coach a national team. Globo Esporte quotes Pep Guardiola as saying, Milan has loaned the striker of Monaco Pietro Pellegrini with the condition of a mandatory purchase, the press service of the Rossoneri reports. Mino Raiola outlined the requirements for the future transfer of Erling Haaland. The player must be paid 50 million euros per year, and the agent's commission is another 40 million. Portugal has outstripped France in the UEFA odds table and is now in 5th place. Eurocaps notifies. Lyon expects to make a few more purchases that may surprise you, the club's president Jean-Michel Aulas said at his press conference. Trent Alexander-Arnold and Mason Greenwood will be called up for England national team to qualify for the 2022 World Cup. Atletico is interested in PSG midfielder Pablo Sarabia, according to Goal. Steven Gerrard is temporarily unavailable as the manager of Rangers. He contracted the COVID-19 and went into self-isolation. Manchester United will not be able to afford Eduardo Camavinga or Saul Niguez without selling a few players, ESPN said. Real Madrid will not compete to get Barcelona midfielder Ilaix Moriba. Florentino Perez made a corresponding promise to Joan Laporta so as not to spoil their relationship in the work on the Super League. Eric Choupo-Moting scored a poker trick and 3 assists for Bayern Munich in the round of 64 German Cup game against Bremer. Juventus will try to buy Alvaro Morata from Atletico at the end of the 21-22 season at the request of Massimiliano Allegri, Tuttosport writes. I will give my soul for Real Madrid and will fight for the club until my strength leaves me, Federico Valverde said in an interview with Mundo Deportivo. Chelsea will not sign Sevilla defender Jules Koundé unless they get rid of Kurt Zouma. Nevertheless, the Blues are ready to postpone the deal until next summer. Most of all, I want to meet PSG in the new season of the Champions League. They have an interesting roster and they knocked us out last season, Joshua Kimmich said in an interview with the Bayern YouTube channel. Barcelona have decided to keep Samuel Umtiti at the club, according to Cadena Ser. Sevilla has announced the signing of Borussia Dortmund midfielder Thomas Delaney. The contract is valid for 4 years. Real Madrid feels that PSG is finally fully open to the sale of Kylian Mbappe. Milan is interested in the transfer of PSG midfielder Rafinha Alcantara. The source is Calciomercato. Everyone within the club knows that Donny cannot have another season like last year. I assume that Donny will play a lot in one of the positions in midfield in the coming period. The Telegraph quotes Van de Beek's agent Guido Albers. And now we are to give you the results of the most interesting games of Wednesday. Now it's time for us to dive into the main news. You won't believe it, but any questions concerning the Kylian Mbappe saga have been answered. PSG sporting director Leonardo had a say on the negotiations that have begun with Real Madrid. Kylian wants to leave, it seems clear to me, but he always promised that he would never leave the club for free. If he wants to leave, we are not going to hold him back, but it will be on our terms. Our position has always been to keep Kylian alive. We made him 2 big offers for a new contract. One of them was 2 months ago, the second quite recently. We want to prove to him that he is the center of our project, but he will matter more than the same project. This summer we created a dream, and we will not let anyone destroy it. Real Madrid's behavior looks like a clear strategy to achieve our refusal, then to show Kylian that they did everything possible for the transfer. And now they have to endure a year because of us in order to sign him later for free. Real Madrid have been behaving this way for 2 years now. This is incorrect and unacceptable. They even contacted the player without our knowledge, which is illegal. There hasn't been an official request so far. We have turned down their offer verbally, but we will not hold anyone back. If our player wants to leave and all the conditions are met, then we'll see. Our plans do not include repeated conversations with Real Madrid. The deadline is midnight on the 31st of August. That's how the transfer window works. Our position has always been the same, to keep Kylian and extend his contract, Leonardo said in an interview with RMC Sport. Florentino Perez's answer was not long in coming. Yesterday, the president of Real Madrid said that PSG responded to a request for Mbappe, but did it in a rude way. And here's the amount needed for the Parisians to be satisfied. According to Le Parisien, The Telegraph and ESPN, the Parisians are seeking an offer for 200 to 220 million euros. In case Real agrees to such terms, Kylian will definitely be allowed to leave. Marca reports that the management of Real considers its starting offer of 160 million quite good, given that Mbappe's contract with PSG expires in a year, and from January 1st, he can freely negotiate the transfer. However, the Merengues are ready to make an improved offer anyway, and Fabrizio Romano claims that Mbappe appreciates the persistence of Los Blancos and is waiting for an agreement between the clubs. From Kylian's side, Real Madrid has long been given the green light. Le Parisien notes that formal negotiations could take place tonight. Florentino Perez and PSG president Nasser Al-Khelaifi are going to meet at today's Champions League group stage draw ceremony to discuss the transfer of Mbappe face-to-face. Breaking news from Le Transport. PSG plans to sign Bayern striker Robert Lewandowski before the end of the summer to keep up with the loss of Kylian Mbappe. The representatives of the Red and Blues recently met with the Polish agent Pini Zahavi and discussed a potential transfer. Lewandowski is interested in the prospect of playing for the Parisians, the source noted. Although PSG also has an alternative in person of Erling Haaland. Paris is ready to buy the star of Borussia Dortmund next summer in case of failure in negotiations with Bayern on Lewandowski. Moreover, PSG bosses have already met with Haaland's agent Mino Raiola. Wow, something incredible is going on these days. Yet one transfer saga is over. Despite Manchester City's interest, Tottenham leader Harry Kane stays. Yesterday, the forward posted a publication on his Twitter page in which he confirmed that he will remain with Spurs for at least one more season. I will be staying at Tottenham this summer and will be 100% focused on helping the team achieve success, Kane wrote. And that's what it all means for Man City. According to ESPN, upon finding out that Kane will not leave Tottenham during this transfer window, the citizens changed their minds about putting the signing of Cristiano Ronaldo aside. At first, the champions of England were not interested in the Portuguese, but now they are ready to better consider the possible invitation of the 5-time Ballon d'Or winner. Gianluca Di Marzio says the citizens have already offered Ronaldo a 2-year contract with a salary of 15 million euros a year. On the other hand, Juventus's requested 25 million euros and Ronaldo's high salary demands still confuse the Sky Blues. In addition, Daily Mail and TN Sports report that Cristiano was never part of the plans of Pep Guardiola. Most likely, the manager will be working with the same attacking group as in the previous season. However, German Sport 1 is confident that next summer Man City will fight for Erling Haaland with might and main. Be that as it may, as we'll be following the situation up to the end. Friends, our Bahamas Football Project has released a video on how the Playboy model wanted to buy the famous Leo Messi napkin for $600,000. She needs this napkin for a very specific purpose. Click on the video to find everything out. It was Football News. Have a nice one, and see you in a bit.